Hey there, math explorers! Get ready for an exciting adventure into the world of numbers. Have you ever been in a situation where you're sharing a big bag of your favorite chips with your friends, and you've wondered how to make sure everyone gets their fair share? It's a classic problem, right? Or maybe you've experimented with mixing two different juices together, trying to create your own signature, super delicious drink, perhaps a little cranberry with some apple? Well, believe it or not, in both of those everyday scenarios, you were already using a mathematical concept called ratio and proportion without even realizing it. It's like having a secret math power. So let's break it down together. Super simple, super fun, and super useful. We'll make sure everyone understands it. Let's start with an example. Imagine you have a collection of marbles. In that collection, you have 2 bright red marbles and 3 cool blue marbles. Now, if someone comes along and asks, "Hey, what's the ratio of red marbles to blue marbles in your collection?" All you have to do is simply compare the numbers of each color. So in this case, the ratio of red to blue marbles is 2 to 3. You can write that down on paper as 2, 3. And guess what? That's a ratio. Easy peasy, right? It's like a secret code for comparing things. Ratios are just a clever and convenient way to show how much of one thing there is when you compare it directly to another thing. Let's try another example, like if I have a fruit basket filled with 4 juicy red apples and 2 yummy yellow bananas, the ratio of apples to bananas is 4, 2. But wait just a moment, because I can actually make that ratio even simpler. It's like finding a shortcut in a game. You see, both the number 4 and the number 2 can be neatly divided by 2. So if we do that, the ratio magically transforms and becomes 2, 1. What that simplified ratio means is that for every 2 apples that I have exactly 1 banana. See how ratios help us understand the relationship between different things? Now that we've got ratios down, let's move on and talk about proportion. Get ready for the next level. Simply put, proportion is when you have 2 ratios that are perfectly equal to each other. It's like having a perfectly balanced scale. Let's imagine that I'm making some delicious orange juice. To do that, I mix 1 cup of orange syrup concentrate with 4 cups of cool, refreshing water. So in this orange juice recipe, the ratio of syrup to water is 1:4. Keep that ratio in mind. But now, what if I suddenly need to make a really big jug of orange juice for a party with all my friends, and I decide to use 3 cups of syrup? The big question is, how many cups of water do I need to add to those 3 cups of syrup to make sure the orange juice tastes just right, just like it always does? Well, that's where proportion comes to the rescue. We know that 1 cup of syrup needs 4 cups of water. So logically, 3 cups of syrup should need, well, let's call it X cups of water for now. Now we can set up a proportion equation that looks like this: 1/4 equals 3x. See how we're comparing the 2 ratios? Now let's do a little mathematical trick called cross-multiplying. It's like a secret code to solve proportions. What we do is multiply 1 times x, and that equals 4 times 3. When we solve that simple equation, we find out that x equals 12. That means you'll need exactly 12 cups of water to mix with those 3 cups of syrup to make the perfect orange juice for your party. And that way, you can be absolutely sure that the orange juice will taste just as awesome and delicious every single time, no matter how big of a batch you decide to make. The cool thing is that ratios and proportions pop up in all sorts of places in your everyday life. You'll find them in recipes when you're baking cookies or making a pizza. You'll see them in sports when you're calculating batting averages or figuring out the win-loss ratio of your favorite team. They even show up in your favorite board games and video games, helping to balance the gameplay and make things fair. You might even be using ratios and proportions without realizing it when you're trading stickers or collectible cards with your friends. And once you really get the hang of understanding ratios and proportions, you'll start spotting them in action all around you. So, next time you're sharing snacks with your friends or mixing ingredients to make something delicious, just remember that ratios and proportions are like your own secret superpower for keeping things fair, balanced, and super fun for everyone involved. So go ahead, give it a try, and see all the amazing ways you can use ratios and proportions to make your life a little bit easier and a whole lot more interesting. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and learning about the wonderful world of ratios and proportions. I hope you had a blast. Always remember to keep being curious, keep asking questions, and keep being the awesome, amazing person that you already are. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again next time for another exciting adventure in learning. Goodbye for now.